Okay, so for your project, you are going to use this website, glogster.com. So begin by using whatever browser you have, Internet Explorer or Google Chrome, and typing in www.glogster.com. What it'll bring you to is this page that you see on my screen, and you're actually going to click over here on the very right side. They're trying to sell you something else that you don't want, but click on this pink circle that says go to glogster.com. And it'll take you here to this page, and you do not have an account yet, so you want to click on sign up unless you do have an account. If so, then just use it as you already know. But I'm going to create a new Glogster account, and I'm going to have to come up with a nickname. Okay, and so there are nicknames that have already been used, and so they might have to ask you to add extra numbers or whatever. But whatever you choose, make sure you remember it. Write it down somewhere or save it somewhere so you remember. And then use a password that you're going to remember. You're going to have to type it twice, and then you want to use an email address, probably your Wesleyan email address, so that you can go check it, because basically what's going to happen is once you click Start Glogging, once you click here, after you've filled out these 4 blanks, it'll send you an email to your email account, so you want to be able to check it immediately and then click on the link to bring you back to Start Glogging. Okay, so once you have checked your email and clicked on the link, it'll bring you back, and you will use the nickname you came up with and the password that you chose, and it'll bring you right here to account settings. And so here you want to put your name, gender, birthday, just that really is just for their information to study kind of who is using Glogster. And so I'm going to put Mr. Antonio's name because this is actually his account, and his birthday, January 4th, 1984. We're going to save our changes here. Okay, and so we're going to come here to create new blog, and we're going to choose a poster blog. And essentially, if you've never seen Glogster before, what it is, it's basically a poster, but it's electronic. And so we can put videos in there, and we can put text and images and whatever else you want to put in there. And so you already saw the Glogster that we created for you to kind of teach you the lesson. And so for your project, you're going to use your own Glogster right here and create a word problem and be creative and pulling in images from the internet or images that you already have on your computer to kind of show what your real life problem is, and then you're going to show your work as well and a solution, and so but you're going to do it all right here on Glogster. So here we are on my poster. My poster happens to be blue, the one that comes up immediately. So if you want to change that, I can come to my wall, and I can say, maybe I want a solid color. I like the solid color, but maybe I like red better. And so I'm going to change it to red, or, maybe I want some sort of background. I'd like it, right here. I like this, and so I'm going to use this instead, right? So you can change. Lots of choices. You can pull something in from the internet or pull something in from your computer to make as your background. And then up here you have this tool button, and this is where you add anything else you want. Okay, so you can add text. This first block gives you text, and you can scroll through and see the different types of text. If you want just plain text, that's just the first thing here, and that just shows words anywhere. So I'll show you. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to say use it, and I've got here your text here, so I'm going to close my toolbox now, and I'm going to come here. Let's say I want to say, I want to title this word problem. Okay, probably not. You want to come up with a more creative title, but so I'm going to call it I'm going to write word problem here. I'm going to change my font. I have a font that I can scroll here, and Halcyon, and I'm going to change the size. Let's say I want to make it really big, and I want to change the color. I want something green, let's say, a little darker than that. And so I've got the word. Let's say I don't want it just straight up and down. It looks kind of boring like that, so I can tilt it. I can make it a little smaller so it fits somewhere, or a little bit bigger. If I don't want just plain text, I can come back up here, and I can choose if I want it in a speech bubble, so maybe something's talking on your Glogster, or maybe I want it on a piece of notebook paper or a piece of graph paper. Right, so you have lots of options for how to do text. Even more down here. So you can see kind of all my different options for text. I can do graphics that are already here on Glogster, so things that have already been created. But you can also go to image and you can upload anything. So if you can either link it, or you can go, if you go onto Google Images and find an image you want and save it to your desktop, then you can upload it and pull any image in and drop it wherever you want and resize it. So that's basically what we want you to do. So we want to use this tool to type up your word problem, bring in images that support it and make it look fun and interesting, so that other people, when they see your Glogster, want to work your problem. But then at the bottom of your Glogster, you want to do your work. And so a good way to show work that I think would probably be easiest for you is to go to OneNote and create a new page and do your work on OneNote, right? So maybe you're setting up a portion of some sort, and so I'm going to draw in green, and so let's say I'm saying x over 52 is equal to 40%, let's say, and so I'm doing 40 over 100, and I'm going to show that I'm going to cross multiply, and I'm going to work it out, right? So on and so forth. I'm maybe going to put some things into my calculator, but let's say I work it all out on one page, and then I can use my snipping tool that I'm sure y'all have used before, and I can snip my work, and then I can save it to my desktop. Okay, so I'm going to do this. So I'm going to press save, click on desktop, make sure I save it there, and say that it's my work. Click save, and then I can come back to my Glogster, and under images I can say upload, and I want to go to my desktop, and I want to find the file that I just saved, my work file, and I want to open it, and it's going to come up here. As you can see, it's processing right now, and once it's there, I'm going to click on it, and I could add a frame to it if I wanted to make it look a little snazzier. I could put a heart around it, okay, whatever, but I don't think I want a frame. I want to just use it as it is. Oh no. Okay, so I didn't like that, actually. I didn't want that frame, so let's delete that. And we can come back up here and do my image. Okay, I don't like the frame, so how do I get rid of the frame? Okay, so I figured out I don't want this frame. I've got this button over here that has a little X next to the frame. I'm going to click it. Don't want it anymore, but I can resize my work, right? And obviously you'll have a little bit more work than this, but just wanted to give you an example. And I can put my work on here, right? And I'm going to put that down at the bottom of my glog so that people can work the problem, and then they can come down to the bottom and check my answer and look at, or check your answer and look at the work that you've done. So be as creative as you want, pull in as many images as you want, and really do something like you saw in the video about how to create a good word problem. Do something that you're interested in, that you'll enjoy creating, but then that also your students that will look at this glog and do your problem will enjoy as well.